Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Ninathesimplekenyangal. So yeah, today we are talking babies, and if you see me wearing this, you know we're not joking. Yeah, so I'm gonna share with you some of the things that I have been growing interest in, especially premature babies. So did you know that every 17th of November there is an awareness going around about premature births, premature labor, premature babies? So this 17th reminds us of babies who have been born before 37th week of pregnancy. So 15 million babies are born prematurely every year. That is 1 in 10 babies worldwide. That's so sad. That's really deep and sad. So you might be wondering, what are premature babies, and I will explain all that. So let's get started. So every baby born before 37 weeks is considered preterm, that is not fully developed. Yeah. So some of the things that we need to check into is the causes and the treatment and the health conditions. Yeah. So premature is one of the leading causes of death before the age of 5. So they say, yeah, before the age of 5, and this impacts the whole family when there's no basic care or medical care. And this mostly affects the low income families, because most of the moms overwork, especially even when you're pregnant, you're overworking, and then the baby just comes. Yeah. Yeah. So when these babies come into this world, they really have lots of health challenges, which includes lots of love, lots of care and affection. Some of the causes of premature deliveries are, most of them are unknown, but some of them include the mother's side. That is, if the mother has high blood pressure, if the mother has high maternal diabetes, if the mother has maternal infections that are not treated, if the mother has problems with the uterus or cervix, consumes alcohol, smokes or does drugs, her excessive physical work, being obesity, being underweight, being undernutrition, a genetic background, or has multiple pregnancies, that is twins, triplets, all those. And we have children who give birth that are less than 18 years or more, or adults who are more than 35 years of age, have a high risk of giving birth to a preterm baby. Some of the treatments for preterm labor include obstetrics trying to delay delivery, and this takes only 48 hours so that they can prepare the mother and the baby of meeting. They have some medications that reduce contractions and steroids, which help in lung maturity of babies. These are medications given to kids, to the baby, when they're in the mother's womb, so that they can enable the lung to mature. Something else that is considered as a treatment is drinking lots of water. This is 2 liters to 3 liters of water. Why? Because it helps boost immune system. And one thing, when you're pregnant, you have your own immune system as the mother, and you're caring for this newborn or these new babies in your belly, which need their own immune systems to be boosted. So you're caring for lots of immune systems, these 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah. If you're very nauseated and you're vomiting, water can also help and will help sort the dehydration. Because one thing, when you're nauseated and you're vomiting a lot, you tend to be very, very dehydrated. And when you're very dehydrated and the motion keeps on going and going, one thing that happens is the uterus is very, very irritated. For example, when you're irritated, what do you mostly do? Some of the things that you mostly do, you're very stubborn, you don't want to do anything, right? And this is the same thing that happens to the uterus, and this makes the uterus just to contract and dilate the cervix, and that's when the premature labor, premature birth happens. Yeah. So parents undergoing this needs lots of physical, psychological support and important information of their new baby. If he or she has already been delivered immaturely, they really need the correct information so that they know what to do or what to expect or what's next. Another fact is, when your baby is born between 23 weeks of pregnancy to 36 weeks of pregnancy, they have a very different way of catching up in terms of survival rates. The one at 23 weeks has 20% chance of survival. The one that is at 35 has an 80% chance of survival. So yeah. So some of the health conditions that come in with the premature birth are immaturity of very important organs and systems. These include heart, lungs, digestive system, the brain, skin, and eyes. And long-term effects on this is cerebropathy, vision and hearing impairment. We have mental disorientation, poor health and growth, behavioral problems, social and emotional problems, difficulty in learning, and hyperactivity disorder. So can be very sad going through this actually, and this really needs a very high support system. And yeah, okay, when these babies grow into adults, Zevi, stop making noise. When they grow into adults, they have a very high chance of chronic diseases. Yeah, this is heart problems, heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. They are most likely to get attacked fast. Yeah. Prevention of preterm births include treating maternal conditions appropriately. This means when you're planning to be pregnant, you need to have your weight to be better. That is, you go to the hospital. Just, it's okay to just go and get checked if your weight allows you to carry a pregnancy, and what you can do to increase or decrease that weight before you get pregnant. That is the maternal condition of it. Another thing is, how is your cervix, how is your uterus? These are some of the things that really needs to be checked before you get pregnant. Treating infections appropriately. This includes bacterial infections, yeast infections, UTI, you name them. They need to be treated appropriately, especially when you're pregnant. Yeah, when you're pregnant and you need to check your weight, this goes really handy with your BMI. When you go get checked your BMI, you can really understand what amount of weight you need to gain and how far you're supposed to go. It's all different to everyone, so I'll just put a chart here that you can see on how to go about it. Yeah, you can screenshot and then analyze it later. We have having regular checkups during pregnancy. This is so important because the nurses, the midwives can be able to detect if your cervix is opening, if whatever is happening. They can be able to detect early what's really happening, and they can be able to either give you a bed rest so that the baby doesn't come soon. Another thing, avoid alcohol, smoking, and using drugs. Give supplements, take in your supplements, moms, when you're pregnant, because this helps develop your baby. When you're alone, you don't need supplements per se, because it's just your own immune system. But when you're growing another being in you, you need supplements, because it's not easy to just eat. You need to eat, let's say, 10 fruits. It's really hard to keep up by eating 20 of those, right? Yeah. And having bed rest when needed. When you feel like you're too tired, just chill out, no pressure. Yeah. Another thing that really helps with the preterm babies and the preterm labor is drinking water, because some of the things that are noticed is when your baby reduces movement in the tummy, in the uterus, you are mostly advised to drink the right amount of water. This is 8 to 10 glasses of water in a day. Another thing is, if you have low amniotic fluid, this indicates a baby is in distress, and studies show a hydrated mother increases the amniotic fluid levels. Yeah. Bladder infections, this decreases risks of UTI. If you drink lots of water, my friend, even just as a young lady, if you're not pregnant, you increase your intake in water, you definitely see a change in the infections, even if it's too hot. Yeah. It helps and prevents constipation. That's really helpful, because when the baby is growing inside of you, it pushes everything everywhere. The intestines, the gut, it's just, they're just surviving in there because the baby needs the space. Water also helps with dizziness and lightheadedness. Some of the causes of dizziness and lightheadedness might be due to pregnancy or low blood pressure, but water definitely helps reduce dizziness and lightheadedness. So if you don't like water, or if your pregnancy is not allowing you to drink enough water, you should just add some mints on the bottom of your bottle, and then you drink it up. It has amazing smell. Try drinking your water in a straw. You will not know when it's ending. You can put citrus, you can put berries on the bottom of your bottle, and this really works amazing. So yeah, I hope you have learned something new. It started on a very low note because it's a very big topic, but yeah, I hope it helps you. And you feel, when you feel too tired, like you feel, yes, when they say your baby has dropped and all that stuff, and you know it's too early, just relax, chill, take a bed rest for a week or two, just to be safe. Yeah, so glad you joined. I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Keep safe out there, and let's keep on drinking water.